Welcome to Neurons, Memes, and Schemes, where we break down current trends and events from a psychological perspective. I'm Dave McConnell, a retired psychology teacher. Is it just me, or does it feel like everyone is shouting these days? Left, right, red, blue. Politics is starting to look less like a democracy and more like a WWE SmackDown. And with a Canadian election looming and a US polarization hitting record highs, it's a great time to ask, why are we so divided? And who's benefiting from the chaos? Let's break it down, psych style. Let's start with the basics. Politics taps into some of our deepest psychological instincts, like tribalism. Humans are social animals. Back in the day, sticking with your tribe meant survival. So today, when we hear someone say, if you vote for the opposing party, you're destroying the country, our brains go, danger, enemy tribe. When we identify strongly with a political group, we start to favor our in-group, which is the group we identify and feel belonging to, and distrust the out-group, no matter what they're actually saying. It's classic us versus them psychology. Remember that old experiment where two groups of boys at summer camp instantly hated each other just because they were split into two teams? Yeah, politics is our adult summer camp, just with more lawn signs and less dodgeball.
It's on.
Oh yeah, it's on. It's on AF. It's on so much that it never was off.
But it's not just politicians throwing gas on the fire. Algorithms are the arsonists. Social media doesn't show you what's true. It shows you what you'll click on. And what do we click on most? Stuff that makes us feel angry, correct, or validated. Our brains naturally seek out information that confirms what we already believe. That's confirmation bias. And algorithms go, oh, you like that video trashing the other side? Well, here's 12 more, and a podcast, a merch line, and probably a conspiracy theory too. It creates echo chambers. You're only hearing from people who think like you. And then you start to feel like everyone agrees with you because that's all you see. And when you're surrounded by a group that all agrees, you're way less likely to speak up or question anything. That's groupthink, where the desire for harmony overrides critical thinking. And it's everywhere online. You don't want to be the one in the comments going, well, actually, unless you enjoy digital pitchforks. And here's where it gets more extreme. When like-minded people talk only to each other, their opinions don't stay the same. They become more extreme. That's group polarization. A group that starts out moderately concerned about an issue can end up furious just by talking to itself. Even search engines push us towards extremes. What we type into Google isn't neutral. Autocomplete and suggested results are based on what's popular or what keeps us engaged, not what's balanced or true. So if you're curious, you might end up misinformed or just more radicalized. Here's the wild part. Politicians know this. They use division as a strategy. They simplify complex issues into good versus evil. They appeal to your emotions, especially fear, disgust, and anger. And more important, loyalty. Those moral emotions trigger faster and deeper reactions than boring old facts. And the more you feel like the other side is not just wrong, but evil, the more likely you are to vote, donate, and share. It's not a bug. It's a business model. And the damage, it's personal. Political stress is linked to anxiety, depression, insomnia, even chronic health issues. People lose friends. Families go without contact. And for what? Politicians who work on triggering your emotions more than focusing on the issues. And when we do start questioning our own side, we hit cognitive dissonance. That uncomfortable, wait, am I the bad guy feeling. Most of us avoid that by doubling down, even when the facts don't support us. So what do? Honestly, the fix starts small, but real. Here's your anti-groupthink toolkit. Mix your feed. Follow smart voices from the other side. Ask more questions. Start with curiosity, not clapbacks. Notice your triggers. If a post makes you rage scroll, pause and check your confirmation bias. Ask, do I want this to be true? Talk offline. Real conversations hit different than hot takes. People who practice this style of active, open-minded thinking are less reactive, more curious, and better at spotting manipulation. In short, they're harder to control. Look, it's okay to care about politics. In fact, we have a duty as citizens to be informed, but don't let it break your brain. Understanding the psyche behind the madness can help you stay grounded, avoid the traps, and maybe even have a decent conversation with someone who disagrees with you. Radical, right? Let me hear in the comments your thoughts, and have you had a political moment that changed your perspective? Also, give this video a like if you've ever rage quit a political thread. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more psychology that makes sense of this mess. We'll see you next time on Neurons, Memes, and Schemes. Bye for now.